Hello, welcome to Two Guys Tech. This is our weekly live show on Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific.
I don't need the headphones on, John. I can hear us well.
Well, is our audio working this evening?
It is.
Let's check.
Guys, headphones, audio's working.
We do have a history of that. I think we're good.
There we go.
So, how you doing?
I'm doing well, actually. Not too bad.
Good.
It's been a good week. It's coming to a close. I'm looking forward to that. Otherwise, how about you?
I'm good, man. I am good.
Outstanding. Xander and Patty, thank you so much for joining us already in the chat.
All right.
I guess I open.
Yes.
They want. Okay, I want to go. Can I go?
Yeah.
Can I go first?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's start
Boom.
this out.
Let's start about this. All of the big news out there. So I'll get this pre-rolling in the background here.
Boom.
On the 1st of September, which has yet to have happened at the time of this filming this live show, obviously, NVIDIA is going to have a very, very well-known big, basically a special GeForce event where everyone assumes, including myself and the rest of the world, that the 3000 series, the 30-somethings, will be announced, right? To whet people's appetites, they released this video, and the video is, you should watch the video because it's interesting, but the video contains no information about the actual cards. No matter what you read somewhere, Patty says, watch you guys review a mouse years back, bought it, thanks to the review, I'm still...
Hey, all right.
That's fantastic. This guy's goofy looking, by the way.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I can see his skeleton in his face, that's all. Anyway, so back to this video. So the... Wallet cries, yeah, exactly. So this video, they talk about how... things get hot. I'm gonna just go ahead and give you the 30,000 foot view. It's just things get hot, and we have to get the hot out.
To get the hotness out.
Yeah. Storm.
Hey, dude, where have you been?
He's
School?
School. I mean, good. Stay in school.
Just put that in the back seat.
So anyway, the video is all about how things get hot and how NVIDIA is gonna not make things so hot using special coolers. Why do you think in the world they'd be spending so much effort talking about things get hot? Go ahead. Why do you think so?
I'm gonna guess energy.
Because
Cycles.
Because
Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Brandon says can't overclock. No, I'm willing to bet you $1. Hey Jamie, thank you for joining us. Be safe. Don't get hurt by a tornado. I'm guessing it's because this thing is gonna run really hot.
Yeah.
Because the only way that they could get what they're trying to get out of it is to dump a ton of power. This whole video is like, how do you make heat with the GPU? Insert energy, boil water, make steam. It's actually an interesting thing for someone who doesn't understand thermodynamics.
This is really weird.
But it's weird for them to release this, right? Like,
I can see Intel having this video. Like, the only way we could beat AMD was overclocking the crap out of something.
We made a vapor chamber. It still wasn't enough. So none of the designs that they show here actually design or show what's currently suspected based on leaks to be the
Well, no, they showed a 980 at the beginning of the video.
Yeah, well, yeah. So anyway, long story short, it's an interesting watch. You should watch it. I'm going to show you, though, what specifically earlier this week, there was, there's been a ton of leaks, right? The cooler has been leaked for the 3090, right? I have a picture that was on the Twitters that got released.
Yeah, that's a beast.
All right. Man, I want to give credit where credit's due because the Twitter user who dropped this, his name was at Garnet Sunset. I was reading through his Twitter. He's quite upset that a bunch of news outlets grabbed his stuff and didn't credit him. Garnet Sunset, thank you. This is not guaranteed to be reality because we haven't found out until the 1st. But the guy on the right is supposedly the 3090. Yes, I said 90, not 3080 like we're used to the 2080s, the 1080s, or the 980s or whatever.
How big is that fan?
It's big. That's big. It almost kind of looks like either a 100
full-size fan.
It could be a 120 millimeter fan, basically. But obviously the graphics card on the left is your standard RTX 2080 Founders Edition, right? Look at how big that thing is.
It's a beast.
It's not going to fit in a lot of computer cases, right?
It was 2.75 slots.
It's three. You look at the tang on that, or the mounting bracket. It is 3 slots. Yeah. That is nuts. I got another picture of it because I like pictures. Here's the back of it. Notice how you'll notice that it's got a fan on the back. Yes, we've known about the cooler design for a while now.
No more backplates.
Yeah, but no more backplates. Maybe because if this ends up being what the actual Founders Edition versions from NVIDIA look like, no more backplates. But what the aftermarket guys do, what EVGA does, and Asus and Gigabyte and all those people, we'll see. But nonetheless, it's I just want to go back to this, how big that is.
I think it's a beast.
That is a beast. It's a monster. And yeah, we're going to find out on the first, like everybody else, what it is. Although, for those of you who are watching right now, and there may be some, maybe not a whole lot, I'm going to challenge you guys right now in the chat, including John and Brandon.
To see what fits in your case?
No.
Oh.
So, assuming that is the 3090, right? The coup de grace, the top card. Put down in the chat what you think that card is going to cost on retail from NVIDIA. Guess it, put it in there. The person who's closest, I'm going to send them a Two Guys Tech t-shirt.
Okay.
All right. I want you to guess too.
Okay.
You don't get a t-shirt.
Well,
neither does Brandon.
Why would I even bother?
Because you get t-shirts. So does Brandon. But, okay. Storm says 1400.
Okay.
Xander says 1500.
This isn't the 3080. This is the 3090.
This is the 3090.
This is going to be like the creme de la creme.
This is the you know, if you're going to try to make some sort of analogy between it, it's like the 2080 Ti.
Okay.
Right? It's going to be their, I mean, as far as we know, they could pull that crap like they pulled with the 2080. It was like, oh, by the way. Or Steve Jobs like, just one more thing.
Okay.
There's 10,000 other versions. We just haven't told you the names yet. So, okay. Storm says 10K. This is, guys, Kiwi, thank you. This is not The Price is Right. Be realistic.
2100.
Brandon says 20.
Was 21 years.
Oh my gosh. Oh, listen to this guy. He said 2,100 because 21 years. Patty says $39.99. That is totally a Price is Right thing. Here's what I'm going to say. Brandon, get in the chat there and you put in your number and make sure you put a -B or something. John, what do you think it's going to cost?
$2,499.
What was that?
$2,499 and 99 cents. Don't forget the 99 cents.
And 99 cents. No, 99 cents. Come on, round whole numbers. $2,400 and $500. Okay, I think it's gonna be all right. And the games tax got $13.50 in there. I'm gonna say 2,000. That's my number.
2,000 or 1999.
No, I'm just gonna say 2,000. I'm not gonna play this Price is Right crap. That's
all right.
It's I think it's gonna be $2,000. Obviously, if you've been watching the interwebs, a lot of people are talking about what they think it's gonna cost. Right, including
Utopia is going for the prices right there.
They think lower than us.
They think lower than us, and I hope, guys, this is kind of like a this is for us to all feel good. We all want it to be cheaper.
Oh yeah, I'm not wanting a higher price. I would like to be wrong. Don't be wrong.
I would like it to be affordable, so I can own one. It's just like you. Don't
get me wrong. I want to be wrong.
Yeah. So we got him in there. Thank you. Let's just say that in the chat you can revise your idea all the way up until the end of the show, but after that, not the restreams of it. This is it.
I agree with Patty. That would be.
Yeah, just want a nice car for $300. There's a lot of rumors that they're going to have basically a 2080 equivalent card for like much cheaper. We'll see. I mean, in a 30th generation, we'll see, guys. It's way too early. But anyway, I can't wait. All right, John. That is all I've got for this topic.
NVIDIA needs this AMD competitor is what this means.
We need... no, the closest person doesn't win one. The closest person will just win a t-shirt and be thankful for a t-shirt. Come on now.
Be thankful for a t-shirt.
Be thankful. I mean, guys, what do you think? They send us this stuff? No. This is not Jay's 2 cents. Come on. Give me a break. Okay, John.
Yes.
Let's talk about yours. Let's talk about the fun stuff.
All right, so Gamescom, once again, another awesome event that was canceled because of COVID. Well, canceled. It is now online. And last year, 2019, they had 373,000 visitors go to Germany for this. Huge. And, you get lots of new announcements and stuff. And now it's kind of like, I got a lot of game trailers to show you guys, the stuff that interested me. I know I'm missing a few things that, one, Brandon is going to be like, why didn't you feature the new Destiny trailer? Did not feature.
Is it just a pack?
Yeah, it's another expansion.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Yeah. So, again, like a lot of this, it just feels like a lot of companies are like, hey, they're going to have this thing, it's going to feature some stuff. We need our stuff to be with the other stuff.
Right.
And nothing's mind-blowing. So let's just go ahead and pop into some trailers here while I'm talking.
All right, let's talk.
This first one I'm the most interested in. It's really long, so we can keep talking. But
okay. Obviously, it's Star Wars, and apparently that planet just got blown up.
It's Eldaron. So
Eldaron.
Yes. So
I'm a Star Trek geek, if I might be so bold.
I am too.
But you seem to know that you're looking for all the wrong places.
Oh.
Continue. Sorry.
Yeah.
Did it?
All right. So I'm not normally a big Star Wars game guy because I don't think there's been a great Star Wars game in a long time, unless you're kind of into the Battlefront stuff.
Right.
But this is going to be in VR, which looks awesome. And yeah, so this is the first real content of kind of showing like looking around the cockpit with your head, like what it could look like while you're in combat, which is super awesome. Rich is just gonna throw up while playing this game, so he's not interested in it whatsoever.
I mean, the promise of what this could be like makes me just sad to be who I am, because I get motion sickness from games that move sideways in VR, and I own a VR headset. And it just makes me sad to think that I won't ever be able to enjoy that, because I'll get like 2 minutes out of it. I'll be like, I feel a woozy. I'm gonna sit down.
You at least gotta try it though. Come on.
I'll come over and hang out at your house.
Did you ever
I'm
play?
not gonna buy a $6 game for that.
Did you ever play Vader Immortal with like?
I don't play Star Wars games. I played the first one where you used your lightsaber to attack each other. There's in game.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's just, it looks amazing. The fact you can just look around, like you can talk to people, like
Is that Lando Calrissian?
Kind of looks like it.
Kind of.
It? Yeah.
Probably not.
The current age version. Not my childhood.
Hyper,
Dang it.
Hyperspeed.
All right.
All right.
So we got this game coming out, which looks amazing. Again, in VR. I cannot wait. And I'm kind of just procrastinating here because I want to see more footage here, but.
Go look at the trailer if something that's interesting to you. I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, that's neat.
Rich is getting seasick.
There was VR games like that. I can't. I wish. I want. Yeah. I mean, I'd have to like buy stock in the Dramamine. What's the release date on that?
October 2nd.
October 2nd.
October 2nd.
Buckle up for your Star Wars fix.
I haven't actually like bought a game in a long time. I'm gonna buy this when it comes out. That's for sure. So
right. Every game that John says to buy ends up being a flop.
I know. That's why I just don't get excited about games.
Just don't. That means it's not gonna. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right. We're gonna go to the next one. All right.
Next one. Sorry. There you go.
Do you remember like Roller Coaster Tycoon and all those games?
Yeah.
And, like the zoo games.
Are you telling me this is Dino Coaster Tycoon?
Yes. So this is Jurassic World Evolution, and it's basically. Think Roller Coaster Tycoon, but in the Jurassic Park world.
Can I decide how many dinosaurs are in my dinosaur?
Yeah,
park?
I really doubt that's their selling point. This is mine. And it's going to be on the Switch, obviously.
You can drive can you shoot dinosaurs for fun? For sport? Oh my gosh, it really is literally make your own park.
It's like SimCity
Connect your own monorail.
Yeah.
Let it eat people. Please tell me you can let the... I can see all the YouTube videos that are coming out. People are like, trap a bunch of people in. Yeah.
Get as many tourists as you can with the park designed to fall apart after a certain amount of time.
Oh my gosh. SimCity Dino Park.
Yeah.
Kinda?
I think it looks kind of fun.
All right, let's see. Didn't Jurassic Park World burn down?
I think that's kind of the point.
No, you're right. Suburban Barbecue was right. It did get destroyed in the last movie. Wait, wasn't the last movie where they took a dinosaur to like... Oh my gosh. I gotta be honest with you, I stopped watching the movies after a certain point.
You're probably not wrong. The Gamer's Tag saying that's going to chug on the Switch. All right, we'll see. But
who's this dude?
All right, so this... Oh my gosh, my memory is horrible.
He's got the perfect hairdo, just gonna say.
All right, so this is actually the mastermind behind Mass Effect.
Okay, it's not just a men commercial?
Okay, so for this is basically a video full of nothing of them talking about how they're working on the new Dragon Age. And this whole video, they're just talking about, hey, we're working on something. We're BioWare, don't forget about us.
Are people forgetting about BioWare?
They kind of disappeared after EA bought them, and then they had a horrible run with the last Dragon Age, and then Mass Effect Andromeda came out, and that
Is their entire development studio made up of people who were ex-Unix admins? I'm just...
Oh my god. So, here we are talking on the...
What was the last game that they did? Didn't they do one we just absolutely couldn't stand?
I think Andromeda was the last BioWare game.
Oh, man.
It had awful people.
Which I was super excited about.
Yeah, John made me buy that game. And like I said, every game that John says...
That's kind of when I started to get... I don't pre-order games ever anymore.
Don't pre-order. Well, you shouldn't pre-order games anyway because there's no reason.
Well, you're completely right. But you know those games where you can't help yourself? It's been such a long time. But
so what is the game? What is
Dragon Age.
A Dragon Age. Okay.
They're giving like a preview of like, hey, BioWare is still a thing. We're trying to come out with this now.
It is so like human interest piece with like these really nice bokeh shots of people like, I'm gonna tell you about the process that we came across.
That's exactly what this whole video is.
Tell us about the game. There is no game. You just have concept art. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I understand.
Yep.
You are relevant. I mean, I like the Dragon Age games. I'm excited about the idea of it, but
Well, that's a good thing to have a video about the idea of it. This is exactly up your alley.
if I could make a video
You're
about
the
the
target
making of
audience.
the video, I would make this video. Okay.
What they don't tell you is this video is for the programmers they have yet to hire to like make Dragon Age.
Oh, so this is a recruitment video.
yeah, exactly.
Like
It's a
you could be
recruitment
these
video.
people. This could be you.
Come work for BioWare.
Yeah, like you're 20 something out of college. You know the.
Then, like in the
pandemic-
small print at the end, like a drug company, they're like maybe owned by EA Games.
Mandatory drug test necessary. All right, should we move on?
Yeah, let's move
All right.
on.
So what do we got here?
All right, we are on either this is Medal of Honor or this is the WoW expansion.
This is Medal. There's no Medal. There's no WoW expansion. You didn't have one.
I did have that video of the WoW expansion.
Yeah, you did not.
I'm not disappointed. All right, so the next Medal of Honor is going to be in VR.
Okay.
I don't know if you knew this or not.
Man, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Do you see how his hands all twitching and stuff? That's because VR hand motions suck. That's not the game being goofy. That's just what it's like to use like VR hand motion stuff.
Goofy hands?
Yeah, like you try to put the clip in the gun. Have you ever played horseshoes, hot dogs, and hand grenades? Hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades? Whatever it is. That game is on Steam.
I think they were trying to show that the character was terrified, but you know, if you want to go into that, that's fine.
Oh, really? I guess that's not fair. But you can take a knife and a Luger and shoot somebody.
Yeah, I think this game
Well,
is
throw it.
awesome.
Oh my gosh, it's what? How are you gonna move? Are you gonna move like press the button and like flash forward into the future?
seasick movement mode.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sure it has multiple modes of locomotion
And he just
actual movement.
sent a granata up the pipe there. Okay, I have lost faith in what VR can do.
What
as
is
far
the
as
last VR game you played that like jaded you so much?
everyone?
Every one of them.
Every
All
single
right.
one. I don't know. Okay. Well, that's interesting,
All right.
right?
So basically, Gamescom was virtual, and
You still have one more video left. You have the one at the end there.
I have oh god. Okay,
This
is
one right
bad.
here.
This is so stupid. You guys remember like Surgeon Simulator?
Yes.
Do you remember that game?
That's a great game. That's a VR game I can get behind. Seriously.
All
Where you
right.
like hammer people's chest open and
For some reason, they decided that like Doc Brown from Back to the Future was gonna like introduce the game, which it just makes me sad how old he looks.
that's exactly my first thought. I was like,
It just makes
he's
me feel
so
old.
now.
That makes me feel
Please
old.
don't get any older. What was his name? Christopher Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd. Yeah, Christopher Lloyd. Stop aging, please.
Yeah, I mean that's great. They hired him. They gave him some money. I loved him as Doc Brown, even though it was my childhood and it's been like 35 years. But
Don't tell people that. It's
I
been
don't
35
care.
years.
Dude, Back to the Future. What was 1980?
Okay, so are they going to show any of this game, or is this just
they'll
like
show it, but they're
conversation?
just going conversation piece, talking about Surgeon Simulator, which I'm going to be honest. The only reason I'm listing it here at all wasn't because I think it's a great game to look forward to. Is because I just thought it's weird that they decided to hire an actor to introduce the game.
Oh, it is like Surgeon Simulator.
Yeah. I mean, it is.
Doc Brown's Surgeon Simulator. By the way, if you haven't played these games, they are a whole lot of fun for about 15 to 30 minutes, and then you're like, wow. You get a lot of fun, like deep belly laugh, good times. But then after that, you're just like, oh boy, I'm never gonna play this again.
maybe they're missing out like on multiplayer.
You can watch somebody do it. Oh look, they even like did the. I'm sorry. What is the Back to the Future connection?
I have no idea. That's
It's
why,
like
that's why I'm
Surgeon
talking
Simulator
about
Back
it.
to the Future.
I'm just the whole time watching this. I'm just like, what is happening? Why?
Retro is in, ladies and gentlemen. Retro's in. Let's take a
other
game
point.
about like opening people's bodies up and taking out their organs, but with Back to the Future.
Maybe it's like they were in a future accident, a time travel incident. I don't
What?
know. But
No, not 6, 7. I don't understand. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
it was weird.
And you had one more, which we don't have a clip for.
That's okay.
Back to Fallujah.
It's just,
Oh boy.
It's just WoW. Who cares about WoW? As long as Aaron's not watching.
Hold on. Is it an expansion
Yes.
to the classic? Okay.
It's another expansion, not even the classic.
It's a new, but it's not classic expansion.
Right.
It's not the release of
No.
re-release.
No.
Re-release?
Re-release of. Yeah.
Re-release. Okay.
You don't want to ruin that little bubble they're living in of nostalgia. And
Sure. Well, they're loving it. I know
wasting.
we got buddies who are playing that game and they love it, and good for them. That's good. I mean, and Blizzard's getting their money. Everybody's
all
happy.
aboard the nostalgia train.
Oh come on, Mr. Star Wars flying a.
Dude, that's a whole other
X-Wing
level
fighter.
of like,
Give
you know
me
what?
a-
Like wasted at all my 20s. Like,
Wishing you could have an X-wing fighter.
I just want to like, no, okay, all right. Moving on.
Should we move on? Okay. I have 2 Tesla stories I'm going to put back to back because they're both interesting in completely different ways. Here we go. Ready? Let's just get into this. First things first, I want to show you this thing. What do you think that is?
That's an adapter for something.
It's an adapter for something. You are correct. Do you want to venture? Anyone want to venture a guess what the adapter's for?
Solenoid of some kind?
No, that's not. It's more technical and more solid state than that. All right. Thank you for trying. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's all you're gonna get.
It is.
This looks like the knockoff product on Amazon for a replacement car part. This could be like the picture of like guaranteed to work. $2.99.
Your Suburban Barbecue and Matt are correct. It's obviously there's definitely an OBD2 connection on the one side to CAN bus. Let's talk about what this is. Okay. This is actually going to scroll down my notes here. This product, which you're looking at right here, is actually made by a company. I'm going to totally butcher this company's name because it's a weird spelling. Where's that? Why do you not show me in my list? It's made by a company called Ingenext. Ingenext. Ingenext.
Okay.
Next. This part right here, if you own a Tesla Model 3 and you buy this part for just a cool like $1,200, you can circumvent the software locks for certain features on your Tesla Model 3.
And get those upgrades.
Exactly. So this particular one you're looking at right here, that guy right there allows you to unlock basically the performance mode of the extra 50 horsepower, and which costs $2,000 from Tesla to do. So this is a bit of a discount.
Yeah.
Tesla obviously is not too keen about you modifying the thing that you bought and own. That's what I'll get on my rant in a second. But they basically have gone through and they've released an software update to the Tesla Model 3s that say if it detects the thing, it disables it, and it puts a big like error on your screen that essentially says incompatible vehicle modification detected.
Wow, we live in the future, don't we?
We do. We live in a horrible dystopian future, guys. This is it. Like 2020, it happened. This was the thing. It wasn't murder hornets. It wasn't COVID.
Your car
your car telling you that you can't modify it anymore. Okay. So the company that makes it is because this is software, largely software driven. They're just going to make a patch and fix it, and that's actually a Wi-Fi dongle at the end.
Oh, interesting.
And they'll be able to modify it so that they'll get around it. You can guarantee that the cat and mouse game will continue between Tesla and Ingenext.
Yeah.
Because this basically what you're doing is you're creating a feature unlock, they block it, move on, that sort of thing. Better get Louis Rossman up here. Okay, so
he's the one that like completely tore down his Tesla, right?
No, he does the Mac repair stuff.
Yeah, he does the Mac repairs. Yeah, but we got a great diverse audience here, and so I'm gonna get all like philosophical here, but I have a problem with the fact that someone buys a $30,000, $50,000, $70,000, $100,000, $150,000 car,
right,
and cannot modify it. I also understand that because it's largely software driven, all of the features are largely available for all of the vehicles, minus the ones that don't have ones that have two motors, right? Because there's obviously physical hardware that's different, right?
Right.
And turning these features on to the vehicle you bought
that's already there.
That are already there, right?
Right.
So I understand Tesla's model, because Tesla's model is like, we make one car. Technically, we send it out the door. I know there's more than one car, guys. Don't chew my butt about it. We make basically one car. We send it out, and we use feature unlocks. Everybody does it. All software companies do it. Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of the software, a lot of pieces of hardware you buy, you're like, oh, okay, I got this thing, and I can spend money for these software license unlocks, and it's all there. Think about Call of Duty. Call of Duty, you can buy all the things, but they're already in the game. You just give them $1 or $5 or $100.
You don't physically have it in your garage.
VMware does it too. VMware, like we use VMware all the time. Mm-hmm. You pay them for a license, and it's a license key. Now, here's where I think it's different. You own that car. You bought that car. That's your car.
Yeah.
You didn't borrow the car. No. You don't have an end user licensing agreement that says that you are leasing the car, unless you actually lease the car. That's another story. I'm dying to know what people think. I think it's crazy. I don't know where I sit officially, but I think it's nuts. And
no, that's stupid.
I think you should be able to modify your car.
I remember back when Chrysler had the Dodge Charger, like it had the fancy lights on the back, but you had to pay extra for them, even though every car came with it. And I was always amazed there wasn't more of an uproar on that. The fact that like a car could have more horsepower, but we're not horsepower, but more
virtual horsepower. It's horsepower. Yeah. It's more
the equivalent of it.
Raw. Like, how about Newtonian force? How about that?
It's just amazing. There's not more of an uproar on this. But.
Well, it harkens back to me of like the fight between farmers and John Deere tractors, right? Because John Deere's like, no, you touch that tractor and we're invalidating your warranty. You're not allowed to make any modifications, even if the farmer's out there with a blowtorch, like chopping up the vehicle he owns, right? Invalidates it.
Right.
And they wanted to hack the software too, because just because you're a farmer doesn't mean you're not technically adept. Lots of smart farmers out there. And I mean, fair use. It's fair. Is it not fair use? You own that. It's not like stealing. It's not like downloading a car over the internet.
Oh God, you're aging
Would you
yourself
download a car from the internet?
Yes, I would.
Of course, who wouldn't?
I mean, it's even worse with John Deere though, because that's your livelihood, and
Sure.
you're paying a couple $100,000 for equipment.
That's fair.
Or more.
Keep in mind, most Tesla owners are affluent enough to buy the upgrade.
That's fair, but I still think that if it's
They're
there,
also smart enough. Let's just face it. If you can afford some of the higher end Teslas, like, I think you're probably smart enough to hack it too, though.
well, I mean, this is this.
I mean, that's plug and play though.
Yeah, where's that? Sorry, that thing is literally plug and play.
Which is awesome.
Which is awesome and terrifying. And someone who was in the chat that just said it. It was like Patty who just said that. Yeah, I mean, there's some liability questions, and Tesla gets a unfair amount of negative press because they're first. But they also have the highest stock value. They're also going to make the most money out of everybody because they're first, and they have a superior product. But they, I'm sure for their point of view, is like, you're stealing money from us, one. And two, if you put a mod in the car, like Patty says, decides to drive off the rails and run over a bus full of kids, then Tesla looks bad. But, if I modify my gas engine vehicle and the carburetor goes off the road,
Carburetor goes off the road, yes.
Carburetor jumps out of the engine and just like rolls down the road and then runs over a bus of kids.
Yes.
To be analogous with my last name.
Just the carburetor, though.
Just
the part he changed.
I only lost half the kids. Doesn't matter. At any rate, point being, like, they wouldn't blame my car maker. They'd blame me.
Yeah.
Just like they should blame people here. But in the court of public opinion, Tesla's under heavy scrutiny. So, verdict. Yes, no?
I think it's awesome. I would totally do it.
And so you think that people should be, is basically what you're saying. You think people should be able to do that?
Yeah, the problem, the stupid part is, like, I can see both sides.
Yep.
From the company aspect.
It is muddy waters, my friends. It's muddy waters.
When it comes to self-driving cars, that's just a whole other realm of lawsuits. And the latest one was a guy rear-ended, no, not a guy. The news article said Tesla rear-ends police officer. In the article, though, that the driver of the car was watching Netflix while the car was driving.
As you do.
And while the car rear-ended a cop.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just a lot of gray area.
So let's move on. Thank you guys for your input. I appreciate it. I think that it's a mixed bag. Let's talk about this. It just happened in the news. It just kind of popped up in the news today. Yeah, there you go. Matt's right. We'll just modify then the moral programming of it. Yeah, it's the trolley. It's the trolley question, right?
Well, instead of the trolley question, it'd be like a squirrel runs in front of your car, and the car's like, "Must save squirrel." Like modified car detected.
Protect.
Must protect squirrel.
Xander, thank you so much for joining us. Take care. It's good to have you. Okay, let's talk about Russians. Not all Russians, but specifically a Russian, and his name is. I'm sorry to Russians as I do this. Egor Igorovich Kruchkov. I think I did a good job.
Better than I
so I'm just going to call him Egor. Cool. Okay. Egor is a 27-year-old Russian citizen who came to the United States and contacted a non-U.S. citizen Russian-speaking person who works for Tesla and offered him the deal of a lifetime, which was, we'll give you $1 million. You install or inject into your network this ransomware software.
Okay.
That was Tesla. Yeah, it was the Gigafactory in Sparks, or the Tesla Gigafactory in Sparks, Nevada. So, $1 million. Mm-hmm. This is one of those questions like, what would you? I feel like we should do a what would you do sort of like.
What's your price?
So Egor did this, right? He works for a company. Him and his associates are obviously ransomware people. That's what they do. Him and his associates were hoping to infect the network, exfil data, threaten Tesla to, if they didn't pay up, to release the data, and then if they don't, wipe the networks, which is kind of their MO, their modus operandi. The employee at Tesla immediately went to management, and management contacted the FBI, and Tesla got the FBI involved. They set up a sting. They pulled some information as much as they could out of this. Is like the back and forth between the employee and Egor, and then they nabbed Egor at LAX trying to jump out of the country.
With his briefcase full of $1 million.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it was $1 million in Bitcoin, which is a USB stick or just a piece of paper with a long string on it. I don't know what they were going to pay him. Fascinating, right? And I'll tell you why it's fascinating, because of what I do for a living, working with infrastructure. I've got to say that, earlier this month, we had that CWT group that got hit, that big travel company, and they paid the ransomware people. They paid them $4.5 million to get their stuff back. And the ransomware people were like, here's how you fix the problem. But everybody assumes, including myself, that all of those sort of ransomware hacks happen because somebody clicked a link in an email.
Remotely.
They found a hole in the firewall and somehow they got in, and there was just something, right? A misconfiguration or bad perimeter security, or taking advantage of
not
a
like
person.
old school, old like books of
Right,
person.
like walking up cloak and dagger, being like, read this note, and if you comply, do this thing. It blew my mind. Of course, it's a novel idea. Don't forget that also, just recently, who do we have? We had like Garmin. We have a lot of high-profile attacks that they got ransomware, and
it makes you wonder now.
The FBI pulled information when they were running the sting. They got information about other companies that this company has hit. Of course, the FBI is not going to release that information. I wish they would, but they're not going to. But man, how cool is that? Like, that's like some almost some cloak and dagger spy stuff. Am I right?
Yeah.
No? Fine.
Brandon's unimpressed already.
And how do you protect against that?
You don't, because you are really... The fear of companies is always that their employees are going to damage their organization, right?
Can you guarantee that every single employee is a full-hearted love of their company to the end? Like,
now, instead of having like those email reminders of like, take this quick test of what could be a valid email, it'll be like, do you love your company? You must love your company.
It is time, John, for your annual lie detector test. Please come in and sit down.
Yeah.
We're going to hook a bunch of probes to you. Would you take $1 million to destroy your corporation?
What is your
yes,
price?
No. Yeah, what's your price?
And then, like, whenever you have your evaluation, that'll be part of the negotiation of like, how much is this USB stick worth to you?
It's a good question. $1 million is a ton of money, and depending on who they're hitting, obviously the guy that they...
risk versus reward.
It really is. But the thought that, like I mentioned, the CWT, I'm not saying that this happened to them, but it could have. Right? We don't know how those people got in and how
that's the only person they approached.
Right. I mean, I work in technology. Security is part of the job. I never really thought about an employee who would be a bad actor for somebody else for money. But it's totally legit. I mean, the Gamertag, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Get some good sleep. We appreciate you hanging out with us for sure.
Thank you.
Don't click that, yeah. And Burke is like, it just went through a training. Yeah, exactly. Every company, including my own, does the same thing. They like send out an email with it's typically, at least my company is like, it's very suspicious. Yeah. It's not like...
They don't have like the parking lot contingency there.
Right. I mean, this is next. If you're going to be a bad guy, like, you want to get into crime, this is it.
I actually remember
bring some counter spies in. Go from the opposite side, like the Cold War, where the U.S. is like turning Russian spies, and Russian spies are turning American spies, and then they're. I mean, come on! And in the end, there's millions of dollars to be had, or lifetime in jail. Don't forget that. Let's just be clear. I'm not advocating for any of this. I just sounded like I was. I'm not. I'm not saying you should do this.
Rich is the kind of guy that like finds USB stick in a parking lot. He's like, I plug this into my computer for free.
No,
like,
I gotta. Do you see this? It's 60 or like it's 128 megabytes.
I'll reformat it right after I look at it. It'll be cool.
What could
Don't
be in
worry.
there? No, I wouldn't do that. Come on now, jeez. Oh my goodness. I'm just saying though, if I might, it is. There's a line. Everybody's got a price. Everybody has a price. Everybody's got a price. I'm just saying that.
I feel like we need to somehow come up with this USB stick laying in Rich's driveway, like with amount of money clipped to it, like.
Well, it's a USB stick with like a dollar clip on it. Just money on it.
Every week it'll be $10, $20.
See, and Suburban Barke's right. He's got an old piece of hardware he can totally infect, but he's also implying there
that he's the plug-in guy.
He's still going to plug it in.
He's the plug-in guy.
I'm going to plug it in too. I'm just not going to plug it into my computer. It's going to be air gapped and it's going to be protected. It's going to be separated.
All right.
Free USB stick. Who's going to pass up on that?
I need to look this up after the show, but there was like a news article about like the CIA was leaving USB sticks scattered around the parking lot occasionally to like test employees, and there was some ridiculously high percentage of people at the CIA who would like plug in the USB sticks. It was like I read this a long time ago, but it was like 70-something% of employees would like find a random USB stick and plug it in their work computer. But yeah.
You know, I think that there may be a connection between that and people who grew up when USB sticks were expensive. Right?
Yeah,
because there was a time when the USB stick was, it's not literally gold, but it was worth gold in a way, right? Like, this new technology, it's 2 megabytes and it cost me $15. I mean, come on, look at all those floppy drives I'm replacing here. Am I right? Come on, anybody? So I'm just saying. Yeah, I don't think young people are picking up and go, what is this thing?
You remember back in the day with like AOL floppies, you'd be like, "Oh, I could use this. I could reformat it." And
I didn't do that.
That's how much hardware space I had. I was trying to like put my own stuff on AOL discs. That's how. I'm not even joking.
Guys, I got two floppy drives in the mail.
Dude, they were free. You go to Walmart and they'd have like a giant bin of like 3.5-inch discs. And I was like, score, you can put a game on this.
Oh my gosh, dude. No, I used to take the CDs and like make like things off of it.
Yeah, see, Matt Edwards is with me here. He agrees. Us poor people have to stick together.
Gosh, floppies were expensive. Suburban Barbecue's right. There was a time. I mean, I did have, however, I don't. This is completely out of it, but I had the half density to full density device that you put the floppy disk in, it would knock the hole through it so you can use both sides.
Oh my God.
Yes, I did.
Wow.
I don't want.
All right. Well, that explains that.
And with that, we're done, ladies and gentlemen. Have a nice night. No, I mean, okay, moving on. I don't want to. The Notcher, see, Suburban Barbecue knows. I mean, he's
the rich kids right
here. Yeah,
the
rich kids. He's like, we could afford floppy disks.
Yeah, I know.
We couldn't get double density. We had to have it. Anyway, my gosh, we just scared away everyone like who's 20 and under. All right, moving on, John. Let's talk about something else.
All right. Well, now apparently you have the opportunity to register, to pre-register, to have the opportunity and honor to purchase the PlayStation 5.
What?
Okay. You can register to pre-order a PlayStation 5.
For the opportunity to...
Yes. Potentially get a PlayStation 5.
All right. I'm going to say this again at the same words that you said.
Okay.
I can go and pre-register.
Yes.
To have an opportunity.
Yes.
To pre-order.
Yes.
A PlayStation 5.
You got it. That's exactly what I said.
2020, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude.
2020.
Here's the funny thing. All right. So
we made it.
Sony also said it will select who it wants to invite to pre-order a PS5 based on previous interests and PlayStation activities.
Hugh, thank you for joining us. You dropped in a great time.
All right.
Well, I'm sorry, say that again. I was not exactly tracking there for a minute there.
Well, one more
I'm
time.
just so stunned that...
Okay. Let's say you really want a PlayStation 5, but you're going to pre-order it. But before the pre-order, you need to register so you can pre-order it. And then you're selected by Sony to be allowed to pre-order the PlayStation 5.
It's like Hunger Games, but PlayStation 5s, and they still take your money. Yeah.
Brandon's saying this is the Hunger Games of Sony. So, basically, Sony also said on top of this announcement that they actually are going to be the ones that select who they're going to invite to pre-order a PlayStation 5 based on previous interests and PlayStation activities. So if your email is tied to PlayStation purchases, essentially,
yes,
or that console is tied to that same email,
okay,
and from there they're going to select who can actually pre-order the PlayStation 5.
I don't know. I mean, obviously they've made what, 3 consoles, and so they really have to make this into a big deal. They must
know that there's no way they're going to produce any of these in time for Christmas.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I guess Patty's right. You just can't have anyone being the first. I wonder if because I did send my serial number in to be part of the PS3 litigation for losing Linux support if I'm immediately being excluded from that list? I'm only going to get $25, folks. It's not going to change the world.
You can tell. I feel like this is already like getting a spin on the news around November, where like there's going to be a shortage of the next generation console, and Sony's going to spin it by being like, these 10 people have the first PlayStation 5s in time for Christmas.
These 10 people registered and were chosen to be the first to pre-order.
They have the elite of the elite.
This is weird. Like, I want to know what the marketing department, because this was a marketing department decision.
No,
like,
they know they can't produce enough. They know they can't produce enough.
And so they're going to turn it into this, like, sweepstakes deal, like a lottery.
Oh, it's like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
But
it is. I got a golden ticket.
But instead of a free ticket with one candy bar, you're like, this is the people who are buying, like,
the candy bars. The candy bar costs like $400 a candy bar.
Yeah.
This is like
exactly.
I didn't buy a PS4. I guess I'm not going to get it.
All right.
Oh my God.
The funny thing is, the article also
you guys paying attention to this? Is this really happening?
The lucky people who are selected...
Is that how they phrased it?
Yes. Will also have a limited window of time to do it. Pre-order reservations will be taken on a first-come, first-come-served basis. If you miss that window of time, you miss the opportunity, and your invitation will be given to the next person in line who pre-registered.
So is the window of time like 2 minutes after you get the email?
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
It's like, I'm sorry, it was between the you got this at like 7 o'clock in the morning. And
Thousands of people had the opportunity and they did not offer.
All right, I don't know. I 2020, ladies and gentlemen, 2020. Moving on.
Yeah, let's move on.
All right.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, I just want to talk about this. So, Engadget had a story that I was reading, and it was backed by. It's actually Cambridge Center for Alternative Finance. Like, I didn't know there's a Center for Alternative Finance at Cambridge, but there is. They released basically they do this estimate of actual Bitcoin usage. Like, I mean usage, I mean mining, to be clear. And they came up with the global Bitcoin, and this is based on some funny numbers because you really can't 100% be sure what's using where. It's not like they know what's a hairdryer and what's a Bitcoin miner, except for locations in the world. I mean, there are things to give it a little bit higher certainty than that. I don't want to underplay it. But 7.46 gigawatts. I didn't say gigawatts. I should have said gigawatts. It's 7.46 gigawatts of power.
Guest surprise. We have Doc Brown.
Oh, yeah, Doc Brown.
Yeah.
No, he was too busy to be here.
Working on a Surgeon Simulator.
Oh, man, we should have done that. Oh, that's the sort of like comic genius that I feel like we come across later. Which is equivalent to around 63.32 terawatt hours of energy consumed.
Just a small amount. Which is,
and these numbers are, they came up with like, that's around 7 nuclear power plants worth of energy used a year. Or 21.8 million solar panels worth of energy produced. Which is just, wow. Do you want to guess which country produces or uses the most energy?
USA.
Wrong.
Russia?
No.
Nigeria?
All right, I'm just going to go. East. Head far east.
No idea.
China, hands down. China's number one.
I should have guessed that.
And who's number two? Who's number two?
USA.
Yes.
Okay.
And we're like 2/3 what China does. So I don't want to make it sound like China's like this and we're like wee. But it blows my mind like when you think about it. And right now Bitcoin is hovering near like 12,000. I mean, I'm not exactly sure. I looked earlier. It's 11,000 something. So these people are paying 5 cents per kilowatt hour in those countries, which is. We're in Oregon. We pay 11 cents per kilowatt hour. Mm-hmm. So they move these Bitcoin mining facilities right next to super cheap power.
Right.
Like there's one being built in Kazakhstan.
Makes sense.
But I just want to say, just because I want to just complain here. It's sold as the currency of the future, right? This decentralized currency that's not tied to a government's control. There's no central bank. It's for the people. It's private, except there's a ledger. Never can see the transactions. I digress. In 2008, 59% of China's power came from coal-fired power plants. Mm-hmm. So the power or the currency of the future is powered by coal. And destroying the planet. So it's not really a future currency in a way, right?
People will always find a way.
Well, sure. I mean, in everybody's coal consumption is going down, especially in the United States, where coal power plants are turning off left and right. sorry, it's for the better. I don't feel good for people losing their jobs, but on the other hand, I like
even
to
though it's
breathe.
better for the environment, it's because it's actually economically, power plants are becoming more feasible as far as solar and wind. But
Yeah, and Canada's got some cheap power too. I know there's a Bitcoin mine plant that's going up there. But just as an interesting note of how much power that people are burning into that.
I'm surprised Bitcoin still makes it in the news at all. But
Well, and the technology is more complex as far as their ability to mine with more energy efficient.
I mean,
ASICs and stuff. So
we make everything physically in China. Why not send it to other countries? So for energy,
But no, I mean they're making money. Like they were saying that on average it takes about $5,000 to mine one Bitcoin, and if Bitcoin is now worth $11,000, they're making lots of money. They're making over twice what they put into it, which is it's a good deal. All right, that was it. Interesting. All right, I put on my. Nature
So
hat.
Rich's Bitcoin machine in the garage is just.
I got rid of that stuff like years ago. My R9 290Xs.
That's right.
Yeah, with my 1200 watt power supply, using all of that 15 amp breaker.
Rich's lights were blinking a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry, Hugh. We should have known ahead of time. Sorry, bud. John.
Yes.
I want to talk about Flight Simulator.
Right.
Have you played it?
Super light topic. I've played it a little bit.
You don't like it?
A little bit.
You don't like it?
I was trying to edit the video that came out today when it came out.
Fair enough. Fair, good video.
I was
liked
actually sacrificing. So I'm editing this week's video, and this guy and a friend were both playing it, and I was watching their stream to the left of my monitor, and that's what I was doing. Anywho, not bitter whatsoever.
Okay.
All right, so there's some hurricanes going on right now. Not good news whatsoever. However, on the more interesting aspect of this is people are actually using the Flight Simulator to fly into these hurricanes. So we've been talking about Flight Simulator 2020 for a while now. Like 4 or 5 months, kind of really waiting for this release, and it has real-time weather. So these hurricanes are actually happening in the game. And so people are like, hey, let's fly out and take a look.
I don't know why I didn't think to do it. I'm like kind of kicking myself in the butt for not doing it.
I don't know either.
I should have done it. I should have been doing it while I was sitting at my desk at work. I should have done it.
Yeah. Okay. So real-time weather, and these people are flying right into it, which is amazing.
And this is in-game video.
This is actual in-game footage.
Look at that.
Which is phenomenal.
Will you look at that? Will you look at that?
Yeah.
God, look at that. Look at that thing there.
Look at the lighting even.
It's incredible. Oh, I love that game so much. Oh.
Beautiful.
It is. It's as close as I've ever want to get to a hurricane.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
In the safety of your office. So.
Safety of my computer desk, right? So
So this is the people that actually posted it to Twitter. But, yeah.
That's
phenomenal.
That is awesome.
That's all I got for that. That's my light topic compared to the Bitcoin and Russia hackers.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, guys, you can fly an airplane.
Rich,
Gorgeous, though, right?
he was going to plan to download the simulator.
I wonder how long it took that person to fly out there with the biplane.
You know, in the game, you can actually literally pick where you want to be. So he can just be like, boop, I'm going to be next to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't have to start at an airport.
Right.
You can just click on the globe. It's a fun game.
Okay, cool.
I've got hours into it already, and I wish I didn't because it means I've done other things. But
yeah.
this
he was right. This is a simulator. However, the mode that Rich and I have been playing a little bit is the game. And that's where you just plug in an Xbox controller or joystick and just take off.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not putting on realism. I can't fly. I want so bad there to be helicopters. We'll talk about this some other time. I want to fly helicopters.
Well, you play Arma 3 if you want helicopters.
Yeah, that's true. And Suburban Barbecue, if you've got spare cycles, you should get this game.
Yeah, as long as you have time on your hands, because it takes like a half an hour to load. But
sure, it's not as bad as GTA 5, like you said. But it's something calming. Like in a world where we either play Call of Duty Modern Warfare or we fly Flight Simulator, this is the calming, enjoyable, like, hey, you know what?
Yeah, it's so enjoyable. Like, this game's so relaxing. I should fly into a hurricane. Like,
I mean, it's safe. I gotta say though, I've flown like to my hometown, like where I grew up.
I saw.
I tried to fly into your house.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it. Tried really hard. I missed.
And
I slammed into the airport and died. You don't die. It just goes black and say your airplane was.
I live right
damaged.
next to a runway, and so Rich was trying to. Yeah. Every time I hear an airplane fly over my house now, I think of Microsoft
John.
Flight Simulator is the funny thing.
I just flew your house. It's just incredible.
Every time I hear a plane, I think of you flying over.
Okay, so that's awesome. I'm gonna do this now. Absolutely. Okay, you got another one though.
Okay, I got another one. All right.
Okay, this is gold.
All right, let's get some pictures up. LG is working on a face mask just like everyone else.
That handsome man.
Yeah, that doesn't look photoshopped at all, does it?
You know, what did you say to me? You said something like all of the cheap Chinese crap that's on Amazon, you can tell it's photoshopped.
Yeah.
And LG's this
joined the crowd.
$1 billion company, and they're like, oh yeah.
I am a fan of LG, and this kind of let me down a little bit. Plus, okay, if you wear a mask at all in the United States, which is pretty much everywhere now, if you go into a store, you have to wear a mask, and they pull on your ears. This thing's got a battery and 2 fans and a plastic shroud. You got some real filters. Yes, Captain America.
I want to know if he can go diving with that.
Yeah.
Like, where's the top of the helmet? He's got the bottom part of the helmet. Where's the top of the helmet?
That costs extra.
All right. LG's not selling helmets, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
So
they're calling this the PuraCare wearable air purifier with replaceable air filters. And basically this has a battery that can last up to 8 hours, but it can sense when you're inhaling and exhaling and then adjust the fan speed on either side for exhaling.
Got nice little HEPA filters there.
Inhaling.
Yeah.
So as a guy that has to wear a mask 8 hours a day, this Suburban, I'll take a Bane mask. So this opens up the door of like, why don't we have themed masks, right?
Suburban, there are. I mean, you have a 3D printer. I could make you a themed mask if you wear it, like one of those like Japanese like dragon masks with all the curly. Would you wear that at work?
If we could add like some Noctua fans to the inside. With a Brita filter on the side.
We're like Suburban Barbecue says, we'll just get some of those like corrugated like plastic black tubes that they use for tightening up cable and just like make them.
We'll make fanny packs in again. We'll have like the filter in the fanny pack.
Why didn't I just out of curiosity, and you probably have no idea, why wouldn't they just put like a little microphone, a little speaker in the front, and just be like
a voice filter? Yes.
Why not? You could do it, right? And it would be like, hey, and then they could charge you like X amount of dollars to unlock voices.
I'm seeing our next video.
Samuel L. Jackson, or Merry Christmas, I'm Santa Claus, because you're gonna be wearing these.
It'd be hilarious if like I walk up to you in like a Barry White voice, of like.
It would be strange.
No, this is our next Two Guys Tech video right here.
This is our new YouTube channel.
We're doing our new next YouTube video is going to be...
Two Guys Tech's dead. We're going to this. They have a Joker mask, yeah. I wonder how much it weighs.
Dude, with the ear strap, like that guy's ear should be completely folded like to the side of his cheek. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's why it's Photoshop.
Exactly.
What is this? I'm sorry. What is the part there on the back?
That goes inside your skull. I don't know.
That's
Probably.
that's the okay.
This thing's got to weigh like at least a pound. Like,
well, it's made out of plastic. I think the battery's probably the heaviest part.
Yeah.
It just looks like who was the bad guy in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that had that?
Shredder.
That's a Shredder mask. Paint that thing gray. Trademark TM. You heard it here first. It's mine.
You go for it. It's
no
one's
mine.
Gonna claim it.
But if you guys want to do it first, it's cool. I would rather see you put it on your face than me. How much does it cost? Does it cost anything?
This is a total prototype.
Of course it's a prototype. It's like, look, we care about COVID patients.
They want to donate a bunch of these to like some Taiwan hospitals in the near future. So we will see what happens. But I don't know.
And they make nice refrigerators. I have an LG fridge. I like it. I'm not going to lie.
How's the filtration on those?
I don't know. I mean, my food still tastes like food.
You should put some rotting food in there and smell it and see if you'd like want to have it up against your face.
That is not how that works.
It's not?
I don't know. Maybe it is. All right. That's weird. That is weird. That's awesome, though. Okay, John, I think that's the end of our show.
It is.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Let's go back to our titles there for a little bit. Oh, well, we kept you guys long enough. It's almost been an hour. Okay, I'm going to run through our closing.
Goodness.
All right. If you don't know, John is not on vacation. He's Matt is asking for on vacation. John is a working stiff.
I'm on vacation every day, Matt.
Oh, listen to this guy. All right, we have a Discord. It's right here. I hope you'll be interested in joining it. It is free to everybody. It's a good place to talk. I had a guy pop in like yesterday and ask me about the Mac build we did.
Yeah.
It's awesome. He wanted me to help him build it, which I have no time for.
You're like, oh, my Wi-Fi is acting up.
No, I mean, I love helping people. Like, it is super cool that someone could see something we made and be like, you know what? I think I want to try that. I like helping people be inspired to do stuff. All right, so consider Discord if you're not. I know a bunch of people in the chat that are. Patty, you should get into it. Mustafa, everybody, get into that chat. Get into it. We have a Patreon. If you want to support us on Patreon, I would appreciate it. It helps do everything we do in the channel here. In Patreon shops, we've got Jamie and Mitch. Thank you so much for being patrons.
Thank you.
And I haven't changed this title. If you'd like to buy some swag, I'm wearing some swag right now. Swag is good. It helps the channel. Everything helps us out. It's all for a good cause. And you're on YouTube. I think everybody who's watching us is on YouTube. So thank you very much for being here. And thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
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 Thank me.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. See you guys soon. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week. Take care.